Hi folks, Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. For a long time I've had a conversation in my head going on about Google Plus questioning its numbers and how effective it is, etc., why top producers have such huge followings and seem to have low comment return rates and rates of where people are plus wanting them. And I've constantly been just kind of thinking about how effective it really is. It's been an ongoing conversation in my head. Today there was an article that came out. This is from businessinsider.com. That's businessinsider.com. And they have an article saying Google Plus is such a desolate wasteland that big brands like Domino's haven't updated their accounts in months. And I got thinking about my return on investment that I've been getting out of Google Plus, and if it's being measured properly or if I'm even analyzing it properly. And I started asking those discussions on Facebook and Google Plus and got some great discussions out of it. So one thing that was interesting in this article, it talks about how a number of brands aren't really embracing Google Plus, and for several different reasons. The one thing they cite in here is the average is according to a Nielsen Media Research poll. The average U.S. visitor to Google Plus spends 6 minutes and 47 seconds on the site in March. That's 30 days, and they spent 6 minutes on the site. What does that break down? What is that, 20 seconds a day? Or maybe less. Versus more than 6 hours on Facebook, according to the Nielsen Media Research. And that doesn't include mobile apps, so you may want to take that into account. But if you figure if you use the ratio or law of ratios in an increased thing that most people are likely doing the same thing, I would say the ratios probably would hold up to be about the same. Are mobile users going to use Facebook over Google Plus? I would say they probably use Facebook even more. Here's another quote from Dave Gilboa, according to the article. The main reason we're active on Facebook than Google Plus is that's where customers and our target demographic are spending their time. So one thing I did is I went to, of course, Robert Scoble, who's a huge leader and a great content maker, and I don't have to question the quality of his content. If I look at my posts and go, well, how come I'm not getting a return? People can say, well, maybe you're just not popular. Maybe you're just not well-liked. Maybe you're just not whatever. There's a million excuses you can come up with. But I went to people like Trey Ratcliffe, Robert Scoble, Thomas Hawk, some of my people I know that are really great content makers that make incredible quality content. They have incredible follower bases. And the question has been haunting me for several months now. It's just been bugging around in my head. How come these guys have millions and millions, almost larger than they have on other platforms like Facebook and Twitter, of followers on Google Plus, but it doesn't seem like they get a lot of comments or plus ones comparatively? I mean, you really have to think about these numbers. 5 million in Thomas Hawk's circles. I think Trey is somewhere up around 5 million. Robert Scoble, 3 million. Think about how big those numbers are. And when I look at these guys' quality streams, I'm seeing 6 comments. Yeah, there's 124 plus ones, 23 comments, 11 comments. Now, Scoble does put up some stuff that's really awesome, and from time to time he puts up something that's, that somehow catches fire more than his other great posts that he does, and he'll have up to 500 plus posts and it maxes out at 500. But if you look at the comment average here, it's not really high. And so the question I kept asking myself is, number one, Robert puts up great fucking content. Number two, he has 3.6 million followers. Wouldn't you expect that he would have more than 100 plus ones and 42 comments? Now, I really think after looking at all the great content makers on Google Plus, you can't argue that it's their content. You can't argue that it's their engagement. They're all incredible engagers. They answer questions. They talk through the comments. You can't bring that argument to the table. The one thing you can bring to the table as to what's going on are people. Where are these 3 million, 5 million people? Are they on Google Plus? I mean, are they using Google Plus? Well, I think the data that we saw in this thing that speaks to 6 minutes on average in a month, I think that speaks to what's going on. In taking a look at some other Nielsen market data research that we had, we found, let's see if I can pull that up. Now, this is from December of 2012, so I don't know if something would have changed drastically in 6 months. But if we look at, these are the top social networks and the unique PC visitors. These are in thousands, by the way, or hundreds of thousands. I'm not sure I pronounced that correctly. But you have to add 3 zeros to the end of these numbers. But you can see here, Facebook tops that list in PC unique visitors. Blogger, Twitter, WordPress, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google+. Google Plus is fourth from the bottom, barely beating out Tumblr, and barely beating out, well, not barely, there's 7,000 there. Well, actually, this would be in hundreds of thousands, so it's probably more than that. But they're not far off of MySpace, let's put it that way. And MySpace has a reputation right now of being very sad. So, these numbers don't lie as to where you go. You can argue with my perception of these numbers and what they are. But for the sake of argument, what I did was I gave Robert an average of posts of 100 comments, or an average 100 comments. So do the math there. Take 100 comments. Let's say that he averaged 100 comments, and you can actually say that about his. You can actually say that about his plus ones. So if we take that and we go into the, we really question these numbers of the Nielsen people, and we go 100 divided by 3.6 million, we come out with a return ratio of 0.00003 if I round up. Let me give you that again. 0.00003. That's 4 zeros. We're not even close to 1%. We're not even close to half of 1%. I made the joke that if direct mail didn't cost money, Robert Scoble would probably do better sending direct mail to people through the Postal Service and getting a return on people reading his posts. Now, given these numbers that I'm talking about are based on comments and they are based on plus ones, they're not based on views. So we had that discussion on Google Plus, and Trey Ratcliffe brought it to my attention that his photo gets about 350,000 views, and my photo he found that I posted on Google Plus once got 1,000 views. The question I asked was, is that photos that people are seeing blasting through the stream, or is that actual click on the photo? Is that something where you're seeing this go through my wall or the stream wall, and okay, there goes a photo, goes through the wall. Okay, there's a photo, I saw that. Now, did I actually click on that, or did I just see that right there? The data is inconclusive, and we don't have that information from Google Plus. Now, the whole reason I wanted to have this discussion is I love Google Plus. I like it. I want to see it succeed. I work really hard to love it and be an evangelist for the product as much as I can. But the biggest question I keep asking myself is, where are these damn people? I have 27,000 followers on my Google Plus account. I can barely get a couple plus ones and a couple comments. Maybe I just suck and people hate me. Maybe that's it. But let's take a look at why people may only be spending 6 minutes on Google where they're spending 6 hours. And when you really think of the perception of the difference in ratio of that time, that's a lot of bloody time. That's basically, if you spent 6 minutes with your child a month and you spent 6 hours with your other child a month, I don't know, which kid's going to probably turn out better? I don't know. We're just throwing that around. But so what I want to look at here is maybe what Google Plus needs to do to improve their concept. And I'm sorry, I got you on. This is a real disturbing picture, Robert, just to have up, huh? Here, let's flip this over. Well, we can't win. So, Robert is just the greatest dude ever. So anyway, what I want to do is talk about how Google Plus can change and win the war to become more what I call family-friendly and friend-friendly, and get people more to whatever. So we'll use Robert's thing here. I'm sure he won't mind promoting him. Maybe I'll he works at Rackspace, so go to rackspace.com. I expect to check Rackspace for that plug. So anyway, let's take a look at what the difference is between a Google Plus experience and a Facebook experience, and maybe be able to analyze why people are spending 6 hours there instead of 6 minutes, and maybe we can come up with a discussion of changes that Google Plus can make. So that's the point of this argument that we're gonna try and present to you here. Okay, so my good friend Robert Scoble, I want to check in and see how Robert's doing. He's a really cool dude. I want to go, hey, what's Robert doing? Okay, so I'm going to go to Robert's profile page to see what Robert's been up to lately. I can see, of course, this big picture of him with the Google Glass. I can kind of get a little data. He works at Rackspace. I kind of know that. Attended San Jose. Let's page down and look at the stuff. Okay, so I got some of Robert's latest posts here. I can see some, he's got 3.6 million people in circles. I can see that he's following close to the 5,000 limit. And that's really it. Now, I'm not going to dig into these other tabs. That's not what this presentation is about. Because, as you know, anything past the first page, like, for example, on Google, you can hide a dead body. No one will find it. I'm sure there's people that click on these, but that's not what I'm going to present to you here today. So here's what I've got from checking in on my good buddy Scoble. He's got some posts. He's at CubeSat. And let's see, some more CubeSat. And Mama Bear Conference. He was on the next web there. Okay, so that's it. That's the first page experience that I have with Google Plus. Now let's go to Robert's Facebook. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about: the difference between being family friendly, being friend friendly, and the social aspect of why Facebook beats Google, at least in my opinion. So let's say I want to check in with Robert on Facebook. So I want to check out, how's my buddy Robert doing? Oh, look what I can see here. Okay, I can see some of this data, which I pretty much know. But look, I got his wife, Miriam, is posting stuff about her Mother's Day. I know Miriam. She's a great person. Wow, I feel more connected to my friend. Look, here's some cool photos that I can see. Robert's out doing his thing, meeting people. Looks here, he's got the Google Glass. I can easily see what Robert's up to. I don't have to go, like Google Plus, into his photos into a separate area. And I can do that. But what I'm trying to present to you here is that in a very quick way, I can really catch up with Robert, see how he's doing. I can see how his family's doing. And then I can see some of his friends here. They look really interesting. They're very big pictures instead of those small little pictures that, for the most part, I mean, look at Robert's friends that he has over here. And it's no slight to Robert, but when I look at the people having circles, do these look interesting to you? Oh, wow. This guy looks real interesting. The blue head guy. Yeah. That makes no sense. I'm sure that somebody at Facebook is smart enough to go, let's make sure we don't put dead avatars in here. So I can see some really cool friends that Robert has. Catch up with them. I can look at Robert's front wall. Keep in mind, we're still looking at the front wall. Oh, he went and saw a movie. Cinema 16 at Century. He went to Bonobo. Or he's going to Bonobo. The Hyatt Champions Resort, he's doing that. Oh, wow, he's over someplace. Maybe, he's at the Palm Desert. Hey, I should ask him how that experience was. I should find out what's going on. Oh, what's Robert listening to? Oh, Skrillex. Big surprise, huh? If you know Robert. Skrillex. I wonder what's going on with Robert. I wonder what his mood is. I'm going to listen to his music and kind of see what his mood is. Maybe he's having a good day or a bad day. I don't know. Maybe if I call him, I don't want him pissed off or something. So I'm going to find out what he's listening to. Maybe he's having a good day. Oh, look, he went and saw that movie. I saw that movie last week. I should go do that. Oh, crap. Robert likes The Mentalist too. Wow. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. We need to talk about, whatever my favorite part of that show is, whatever it is. And I don't like The Mentalist, by the way. I don't really care for it. I just don't watch it. I can see what games Robert has. I can see what he likes. I can see his groups. I can see his Quora. I can see his Foursquare. I can see his Instagram. I can see his food spotting. I can see his Pinterest. I can see his recent activity. All this is all on one page. And if you really think about it, within a very quick look and moment, I can catch up with Robert. I can catch up with Robert's family, what he's doing, what his friends are doing, what he's out taking photos with, where he's going to movies, and everything else. Can we get any of this data over here on the front page? See any of that? Is there anything? And this thing is, when you really compare the two, this page is dead. It has nothing to do with Robert. This doesn't seem interesting to me in any way, shape, or form in interacting with Robert or being his friend. I'm going to support him on the great posts and interviews he does and everything. But other than that, this isn't social. This isn't friendly. This isn't family. My mom isn't going to look at this and go, wow, I wonder what my son's doing. You know, oh, my son posted something. She wants to see stuff like this. Oh, what's Chris doing today? Is he smiling? Is he happy? What's he interacting? What's his dogs doing? You know, there's a lot of people that tune into me just to see my dogs, you know. Oh, and look, there's more pictures. You know, you can tune in. Hey, what's Robert up to with his Google Glass? Oh, there he is. He's out there showing people the Google Glass, being an evangelist. So my point is that if Google Plus wants to be more social and be more of a success and get more people to spend time there, it's got to do more stuff like Facebook. It's got to become more friendly. There's people that hate the ads that come down the side of posts, but the problem is you, to have a community, you have to have a marketplace. If you don't have the marketplace, the community cannot survive. So brands are over here on Facebook running ads and promoting themselves and everything else. If I'm really bored someday, I can go back and what Sco was doing. It's kind of interesting. Facebook wasn't even around then. These are probably his life moments, which might be interesting. I'm like, what was Robert doing in 2001? There's so much data here. And the other thing is real easy quickly for me to send him a message. I think, can't you call or something from here? I can poke him. I can suggest friends. I can see our relationship. You know, there's so much data that I have access to right on the front page. It really gets me caught up with my friends quick. And I think that if Google Plus is going to be competitive and get the eyeball time that it's not getting right now, according to Nielsen Market Research and other websites, it's got to build something that's more what I call family friend friendly. So anyway, that's my big thing in the discussion that I had. I don't want to knock Google Plus because I really love and like Google Plus. My discussion has been, how could it be better? What could it do to be better? Google Plus has been out of the gate for 2 years. They got plenty of time. They got plenty of money. They got plenty of resources to make something better. Now, I kind of get maybe why Google Plus doesn't want to do this. Maybe they just like having stuff put in search, which is where they make their money, and they have people putting content in here that will pile more money into their search mechanisms. And that's fine. But if people are only spending 6 minutes a month here, how long before this becomes another Google product that goes the way of Google Wave and all the other things that they buried over time? And I wouldn't like to see that happen. I would like to see it be much more successful. I would like to have Google Plus be someplace where I could have more engagement, more interaction, and all that sort of good stuff that's going on over on my Facebook. So that's my point. How could it be better? You know, I don't want to knock it, but I would like for it to be as fun as I have on Facebook and engaging as I have on Facebook and all the cool friends that I have on Facebook. So that's my pitch. Like it or hate it. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to check back often.